Hey, this is Mike Gingerich with another Alive with Mike, and looking forward to coming to you today and talking about something that's really become more prominent, even more so than it was before, even though it was important then, and that is SEO with your website. So what you've seen over the past number of months with the pandemic and such is that businesses were shut down. People had to work remotely. Some businesses with physical locations could no longer sell products through their physical location, so they needed another mechanism, another way to do that. And if their website wasn't up to snuff, wasn't performing, wasn't at the top of search, then people were not finding it. And so we want to take a look today at a simple and yet effective way to do a website SEO audit. This is going to give you the simple terms to evaluate and get the data based on your website to figure out, is it working? And it breaks it down pretty simply. So the way to do a simple SEO audit, I'm going to recommend to you today, taking a look at this, is to use a tool by Neil Patel. Neil has a tool called the SEO Analyzer, and let's see, I can drop that link. I should have done that, had that ready to go into the comment sync. Find it here, and it should go out there, but you can find that link there. And so it's a simple tool. It's going to break it down. So I want to talk to you about some of the ways that it does that. And so the first thing it does, it's going to evaluate your site. And now there is a free version and paid version. Free version will not do your entire site. It's going to take a look at a chunk of pages. If you want to do the whole site, then you have to go up to the paid version, which starts at $29 a month. And goes up from there based on different needs and things like that. But I'm going to talk about the free version today, just because you can do this, anybody can do this, and it gives you a ton of information. Number one's an overall score, okay, 0 to 100, how your site is. The SEO audit gives you a score based on how it perceives your performing based on the criteria. So the first thing it's going to take a look at then, after you've seen that score, is it's going to take a look at problems or issues, recommendations it found with your site code. So this is how the site is built. This is part of could be the WordPress infrastructure, could be how the developer made adjustments to the WordPress infrastructure, the theme, those types of pieces. So it's going to take a look at the code, and it's going to tell you a number of pieces about that. So let's see, a couple things related to that. The actual structure, critical errors that it finds with the site code. So even though your site may look like it's working well, there could be things that's stop points that are impacting the SEO. So it's going to take a look at critical things, errors, warnings, and recommendations. It's going to give you those. It's going to score those and say this is a high importance, this is a medium, this is of low importance. It's going to break those down for you. You can see that. So you're just basically getting kind of a checklist that you could do, or you can give to a web developer to do. So code is the first thing that it takes a look at. Second thing that it takes a look at is what's called on-page SEO. So it's going to, there's a home page, an about page, a most recent blog post page, and it's going to take a look at those and break those pieces down. It's going to evaluate those for the H1 and the title. Does it have a meta description? Those type of details, and it's going to break those down. So it's going to give you a list, and you might find that it's going to give you a list and say, hey, on 30 of these blog posts, you missed adding a meta description, or on these 10, you have a duplicate meta description. Okay, you don't want duplicates, all those types of pieces. So it's going to break those things down. And another key thing is it's going to tell you about word count. So word count does matter on a page, the amount of words on that page. And so it's going to evaluate, and it'll tell you if that's a significant issue, if there's a page with too low of a word count. So again, it's breaking those down. It's this link, this link, this link, this, with these pages, you can click on those, you can go to that page, you can write another paragraph, all those kind of pieces in that. And that will help you, improve the per page, getting it right so that there's no duplicate H1s, there's no multiples on that, that there's a meta description, all those types of things. It just breaks it down for you and makes it pretty easy. If you're using WordPress with Yoast SEO, then you can take that on-page stuff and kind of go in there and evaluate that and really make some headway quickly. Beyond that, it's going to check your site speed, and we know site speed is important. That's a Google ranking factor of how they determine where your site ranks for certain key terms, is how fast it loads. But not only that, this tool will go in and evaluate you on two speed conditions: desktop loading and mobile loading. Okay, because we know Google does a mobile first evaluation of your website now, and they are ranking according to how that's a ranking factor, how fast it loads on a mobile device. And so this is going to give you a score on in the speed factor, excellent, good, and onward, downward for your speed. And that's telling you a number of things, and it's going to, there are recommendations on that. You might need to work with your web developer on implementing some of those speed improvements. Those can often involve some structure pieces as well, how things are working on the site. So that's a key. Now, then, and look at this. This is all still in the free report. So another thing that it does then is it gives you a backlink analysis. So backlinks, will show you how many are linking to you. Okay, so how many sites out there have links that come to your site, and that's a good thing. You want a bunch of those. The better, the higher authority those sites are that are linking to you, the better for you. So it's going to do an analysis of your backlinks. Who links to you? It's going to track your domain authority. So your domain name has a ranking, whether good, better, best, in terms of a score of 0 to 100. Again, it's going to give you that domain authority score, and you can watch that over time. The more backlinks you have, the more your domain authority can grow, and you want to keep that improving. Let's see, so links again to domain authority, overall traffic metrics. It's going to help you analyze that, what traffic over a certain period of time. You can review that report, and then you're not done. It gives you a number of other tools. Neil Patel's system, he also owns what's called Uber Suggest, which is a keyword research tool. And so it's going to break your site down, as I said before, what keywords you're ranking for. But beyond that, it's going to help you identify what keywords you are close to that you would, it recommends you pursue. And that can help your SEO by targeting those other near cousin, keywords. And it's going to go through all these pieces and give you a report. Like I said, the free version is limited in what that does, but this helps you immensely, because it's not just enough to have a website these days, but you need to have a website that is performing, and it's not a once and done thing. It is something that you have to keep up with and do on a regular audit type basis. Hence the word, SEO audit. Just like a tax audit happens in periods of times, and your accountant does an audit of your finances, those type of things. So you need an SEO audit, and this can be done on a regular basis. Take a look at key metrics and evaluate those things, make those improvements, and then get it scanned again. It's going to give you updated information. This is important because you want to improve where you stand in search ranking, and that shows how you're going to be found when somebody types in a term on Google that you want to rank for, and you come up at number 9. Can you get up to number 5? Those types of pieces are significant. And this is a simple tool that the layman can use, average person can use, that's going to break your site down, show you where you're at, and show you specific things that you need to do, actions that you could take, or that you get your web developer involved with to help you, so that you're continually improving your the optimization of your website. So just critically important type thing. And more so now that we're seeing as what happens if someone can't physically go into your store and buy a product, that type of thing. Can they get what they need online? Where do you come up in search? So if somebody's searching for that term, doesn't know you yet, will they find you? This is a way to evaluate your standing in that and take a look at your website. Again, the kind of the coding infrastructure. Then the next layer is the on page, the specific individual pages, and then breaking down into details, traffic, keywords, backlinks, all in this tool. So it's the SEO Analyzer tool by Neil Patel. Free version gives you a lot of robust tools there. Highly recommend that. Highly recommend you take a look at SEO. If you need people to implement this, that's something like a team like ours can do, and it takes work, it takes effort. This is, but again, when you think about people searching for you and finding you or not finding you, or going to a competitor, what's the value of that to your business, to be able to be found and have someone come to the website, have it load quickly, they find what they need, they contact you, or they buy that product. That's marketing right there, by developing that infrastructure so that you can be found. That's what I wanted to cover today in this Live with Mike, to talk about the importance of a SEO audit and this free tool by Neil Patel, the SEO Analyzer, that with the free version is robust, that you can go over there and do. And again, that was at neilpatel.com/SEO-analyzer. And I'll put that in comment links below, but definitely recommend that you check that out. This was Mike, another Live with Mike. Hopefully that's helpful information for you to improve your web presence. Over and out. See you again next week.